Good morning, everyone. I'm Lindsay, Director of Family and Children's Ministries at EBPC, and it is time with children for this week. And I wanted to talk to my young friends today about a very big word, resilience. Resilience is our theme for this week, and some of you may have watched our story time on Wednesday when we did a science experiment to learn what the word resilience means and to remind us that God's love is always with us, helping us to be resilient and strong when we face a challenge. So if you missed that, you can still go back and check that out, but spend a little time with me this morning as we explore this idea of God's love helping us to be resilient. Now, resilience is just a big fancy word that describes that feeling inside of you that helps you to get back up when you fall, or when things are difficult, that tells you, keep going, you can do this. And God's love can help us to feel strong when things are difficult. It can comfort us when we're feeling sad. And right now, things feel a little bit tough and a little bit sad sometimes. We can't go and see our friends like we want to. We didn't get to finish the school year with everyone. We don't even know if we're going to get to go on summer vacation. So sometimes that can help us or make us feel sad or mad or a little bit grumpy. So we want to be resilient and come back strong after those challenges. So to help remind us that God's love can do that for us, I thought we would do a drawing together today. So you need a piece of paper. I've got mine here. You need a marker or a pencil, and then you can follow along with me. Now, I tried several times to do this on my own, and I found that my son Aiden's drawing skills are so awesome compared to mine that I wanted to share his with you. So I asked for his permission, and he said I could share it. So, you know, we've had lots of storms around here lately that have been blowing a lot of our trees over. So this morning I want you to draw a tree for me. Now, I'm going to show you what Aiden drew. He drew a big, strong trunk on his tree, but you can see, hopefully you can see, the wind is blowing those branches over and they're kind of leaning over into the wind. And then he labeled it with some of the things that are a challenge for him right now. He drew a bed because sometimes it's hard to sleep. He drew friends because he doesn't get to see his friends like he used to. And he drew quarantine, that staying at home and not being able to leave. And those are the things that he finds to be challenging, just like those branches are being blown over with the challenge of that strong wind. But then I asked him to draw some roots. What are some of the things that are holding strong and holding that tree up? And you can see he drew lots of roots, and then he wrote some things that help him to be strong. He wrote his parents. He loves to draw. And one thing I want to add down here is God's love. Because God's love is there for all of us. It doesn't go away. It doesn't matter how strong the storm is, or how fierce the winds blow, or how long we have to stay at home. God's love is there holding us strong and anchoring our tree so that we can't be blown over in the wind. And our Bible verse for today comes from Matthew chapter 22. And in Matthew chapter 22, Jesus says, "Love God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the greatest of all the commandments." But there's another really important one too. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you obey these two laws, then you obey all the laws. God is telling us that his love for us, our love for him, and our love for each other can help us to be strong no matter what our challenge. And that strength is what gives us resilience. So this week, I want you to remember God's love helps us to be resilient in the face of challenges. And if you remember that God's love you, there is nothing that can stop you. So if you will, say a prayer with me before we go. Hands way up in the air. Touch your head to quiet your mind, your chin to quiet your mouth, and pray with me. Dear God, thank you for your love. Thank you for the love of our friends and our family. Thank you for the love that reminds us that there's no challenge too strong for you. Help us to turn to you when we are sad or mad or afraid, and find our resilience to keep trying, to stand back up when we fall, and to know that you are always there, loving us and helping us be strong. Amen. So until next week, know that I am loving and praying for you, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.